Welcome to another chair yoga practice. It's wonderful having you join me here on the mat and chair. Welcome to our Encore ladies, our YWCA Hunter members, and all of our Friday chair yogis. So as we start with every practice, it's important to get at our stability and our alignment correct in the chair. So really important, feet flat on the ground. And if you cannot touch the ground, your chair's too high, just make sure you put a roll towel or a cushion or something on your feet. But really grounding those feet into the ground, spreading those toes nice and wide. Our knees are over our ankles and our knees are about 2 fists apart. So it's really just our hip width apart. Keeping our core nice and engaged, so belly button to the spine, or it's like zipping up a tight pair of jeans. Our sitting bones are nice and stable in the chair. Relaxing our shoulders down, keeping our shoulders away from our ears, and the crown of our head is to the ceiling, so it's like a string pulling up towards the ceiling, and keeping that chin nice and just tucked slightly, not jutting out, but just tucked nice and slightly. Now, today's practice, we are going to focus mainly on our shoulders, neck, and a bit of upper back work. So we'll do a nice practice to really loosen those areas up. And this is something that you can do throughout the day, if you've been spending too much time on the computer. So it's a great little thing to really release all that tension. But to start with, let's put our hands actually palms facing up towards the ceiling. We usually have them down, but let's try and have them up towards the ceiling today. Just really relaxing and coming back to our natural breath, or just bringing our focus to our breath. And just trying to extend that breath slightly. And if you'd like to close your eyes, if that's okay for you, or just downcasting your eyes, whatever feels comfortable for you and right for you today. Now, remember, any time throughout the practice, please make sure you don't feel any pain or discomfort. If at any stage you do, just come back to this position. And just keeping that focus on our breath and trying to extend that breath on the inhale and longer if we can on the exhale. Trying to block out everything else going on and enjoying this time, focusing on yourself, being kind to yourself and kind to your body. Just a couple of more breaths. Just really slowing and quietening the body down before we start any of our movements. And now we'll take one big breath in on the inhale and a big exhale with our mouth wide open. And we'll do that one more time. Feels so good. And a big breath out. Now just bringing our hands to our thighs and just relaxing, opening those eyes, or bring the eyes up if they're downcast. And when you're ready, we're just going to bring our hands and just to shoulder height, and then bringing them down on the exhale. Inhaling, exhaling, and doing a bit of a wave with the hands and the wrists, and bringing some movement into those. And we'll just take it up a little higher if we can. And exhale. Inhaling all the way up. Exhaling down. Again, one more time, up. And this time, we'll bring our hands into prayer, just to our chest, and keeping that core nice and engaged, and taking a few breaths here, and just pushing those hands together. Inhaling and exhale. Bringing our hands back down. Now we're going to extend the arms wide if you can, and then bringing them back and bringing the chin to the chest and crossing them. And now we're opening up again, and let's swapping the hand so the opposite hand is over the top. So inhaling it, and if it's too much to do it wide out, just keeping it nice and bent, and then alternating with the arms, which one comes over the top. So remembering, inhale, and then swapping those arms. And then one more time, really gazing up to the ceiling as well. And inhale, coming back to our seated mountain pose. Now with our next one, we're bringing our arm up, and on the exhale, we're going to look over to the opposite side. On the inhale, looking forward, and on the exhale, looking over to the other side. On the inhale, looking forward. On the exhale, looking over to the opposite side. So inhale, looking forward. Exhale, looking over to the opposite side. And one more on either side. Inhale forward, and exhale, looking over toward the opposite side. And on the inhale, coming back to our seated mountain pose. Now, if you'd like to clasp your fingers, and we're just going to extend and really round those shoulders, pushing out, bringing the chin to the chest, keeping that core nice and engaged, and trying to lower the shoulder away from the ears, really pushing out and taking a couple of breaths here and really rounding out the other shoulders and giving a nice big stretch. Now I want you to take note of which pinky finger you have at the top. And now coming back into our seated mountain pose. And just taking a couple of breaths here. And now once again, stretching those arms out, and when you're clasping those fingers, let's do the opposite. So it's a bit unusual, feels a bit awkward, but it's trying to get out. Oh, excuse me. So the opposite pinky finger is the top now. And again, just really stretching out, keeping that core engaged, the shoulders away from the ears, chin just tucked down to the chest, and really stretching up that upper back. And taking a couple of breaths here. and releasing that into our seat mountain pose. Now we're bringing our hands down by our sides and hanging onto the chair. And we're just going to do some cat-cows, but using the chair and as just a bit of a leverage. And remembering here, it's just one vertebrae at a time as we go down, and tilting that pelvis as we come up. So it's inhaling up and exhaling down, tilting that pelvis, bringing the chin to the chest, inhaling up and exhaling down. Again, inhaling up and one vertebrae at a time, tilting that pelvis, and one more time. And coming down. And coming back to our seated mountain pose. Now bringing our arms up overhead, and then just gradually sinking, keeping the core engaged, down into our forward fold, and just releasing the neck and the shoulders and the upper back, just breathing into this. And sinking as deeper as you can. And then on the next inhale, we're going to bring our arms into our goddess pose, keeping that core nice and engaged, keeping those shoulder blades together, the shoulders away from the ears. Really strong pose. Inhale and then exhale. Just gradually fall forward again and letting that release. And then the next inhale, gauging that core, grounding those feet, bringing those arms overhead. And on the exhale, down into prayer and back into our mountain pose. We'll do that a couple of more times as a bit of a flow. So remembering getting yourself nice and seated and stable in the chair, keeping that core nice and engaged, those shoulders away from the ears. So no hunching, really got to relax and bring in those shoulder blades down your back. So on the inhale, bringing up overhead. On the exhale, coming forward into our forward fold. Inhaling, keeping the core engaged and arms in a halfway lift into our goddess pose. If this is too much on your arms, just bringing it down to your thighs. On the exhale, coming back down into our forward fold and hinging at the hips. And on the inhale, grounding those feet, keeping the core engaged, coming up. And then into prayer. Do that one more time. Inhaling. Forward fold, hinging at the hips, grounding into the feet. Inhaling, keeping core engaged into our goddess arms. The halfway lift. Exhale. Coming down into our forward fold. And inhaling, engaging that core, arms overhead and down into prayer. Just taking a couple of breaths here. Now, bringing your arms overhead or wherever is comfortable for you now. And on the exhale, we'll twist over to our left-hand side. And on the inhale, coming back overhead. And on the exhale, twisting over to our right-hand side. Inhaling, coming up. Exhaling, twisting over to our left. Inhaling, twisting over to our right. Inhaling, straight ahead, and this one more on each side. And now back to our mountain pose. Now, if we'd like to bring your hands behind your head, keep those thumbs on the neck, and just really relaxing the head into the hands and bringing those shoulder blades together, bringing those elbows out. And on the inhale, just looking up to the ceiling. And on the exhale, just a gentle movement, chin to chest, bringing those elbows forward. No pressure on that neck, just really resting it into the hands. So inhaling, opening up the chest and bringing those shoulders together, those elbows out. And on the exhale, coming in. Inhale, feeling one more time. And on the exhale, coming in. And back to our seated mountain pose. And just wanting to relax, wanting to just really loosen. Hopefully you're feeling much looser in the neck and the shoulders. We're coming back to just for a little savasana, bit of a relaxation. Just getting nice and comfortable in the chair. Feet on grounded. Crown of the head to the ceiling. And coming back to your natural or breath. And we're just now going to count backwards down from 10. On every exhale, we'll start at number 10, count 10, and on the inhale, then next exhale will be 9, and then we'll come all the way down to 0, and then we'll come back up to 10. So if everybody's ready, let's start. Inhaling, 10. Inhaling, 9. And do this in your own pace, keeping that focus on your breath, allowing your body to relax. Feel the benefits of your practice. Keeping your focus on that breath and you're counting down. Allowing your body and all of your joints and all of the muscles just to relax as you count down and then count back up. Remembering the number you're at on your exhale. And when you're ready, bring that focus just to the breath, opening your eyes, hands down by your side. And on the inhale, bringing your arms overhead and hands down into prayer on the exhale. Stumbling over my words for today. From my heart to yours, namaste. Have a beautiful day.